Our first video comes from Thailand and shows a party in full swing.
ก็นัดหมายกันมาที่บ้านแล้วก็สังสรรค์นี่นะท่านผู้ชมฮะก็มีการถ่ายวิดีโอเอาไว้นะฮะเต้นรำกันนะครับในระหว่างนั้นก็รอเพื่อนอีกคนหนึ่งยังเดินทางมาไม่ถึงนะฮะแล้วก็อย่างนี้แหละฮะก็เฮฮากันไปอย่างที่ว่า
One of the guests, however, should not be there.
รอเพื่อน
ไม่มีใครสังเกต
ไม่มีใครสังเกตอะไรนะท่านผู้ชมฮะ
ถ่ายรูปถ่ายอะไรกันไปใช่ไหมคะ
ครับ
The young man circled in red was indeed invited to the party, but was in fact killed on his way there. While driving towards the party, his motorbike was struck by a pickup truck and he died at the scene. If this footage is genuine, it is very interesting indeed.
คนนั้นซึ่งมารู้ในภายหลังว่าเสียชีวิตไปแล้วจากอุบัติเหตุแล้วก็มีใบหน้าที่เย้ายืนยันว่าตอนนั้นไม่มีใครนั่งอยู่ตรงนั้นแล้วก็เหมือนมีเลือดอยู่เนี่ยนะครับท่านผู้ชมฮะ
เพราะอุบัติเหตุเนี่ยก็ตรงกัน
คลิปนี้และข่าวนี้มันถูกแพร่กระจายในหมู่วัยรุ่นนักศึกษาของเพื่อนผู้ตายอย่างกว้างขวางเนี่ยนะครับเพราะภาพที่เห็นเนี่ยเขาบอกว่ามันเป็นตัวตนอย่างที่ว่าเนี่ยนะฮะท่านผู้ชมฮะทุกคนที่อยู่ในวงสังสรรค์ต่างยืนยันเป็นเสียงเดียวกันว่าภาพปริศนาเนี่ยไม่มีใครนั่งอยู่ตรงนั้นแน่นี่ก็เป็นโปรดใช้
Our second clip shows what apparently seems to be a sleeping infant. But although the video quality is poor, the child actually appears to be watching a luminous, worm-like object directly in front of the camera. My first thoughts on seeing this was that it was a long fibre stuck to the camera lens. However, it does seem to move its position from time to time.
Stop moving.
On its face.
Just moving it.
As the child's father goes to investigate, the camera feed is cut and we see the object disappear, only to return later. So, is this a fibre stuck to the lens, a faulty camera, or something less down to earth?
Wow. So I just came back from checking on him and opening the door, and now look. What?
In this video, which I believe also comes from Thailand, we see a family sitting on the patio outside their home, enjoying the relative coolness of the evening. This is when the camera picks up something that shouldn't be there. The small girl you see on the right of the footage is unknown to the family, and they saw nothing at the time. Apologies for editing, this is how I received the footage. Here we see the entrance to a nursing home, when something suddenly appears near one of the chairs. The object looks like a walking stick or a cane. Shortly after, the cane flies out of the room and lands on the floor near the elevators. Several staff and visitors walk by without even acknowledging its presence. A short while later, just as two people have entered the elevator, someone picks up the cane and leans it against the wall, where it remains for a little while before vanishing completely. Video editing seems to be ruled out in this case, as we can clearly see someone pick the cane up. So let me know your ideas of what may be happening here. A haunted house with a collection of porcelain dolls sounds creepy enough. But as the G-Team investigators found, it can get much creepier. As the host is talking to the investigators about not wanting to keep the doll in the house, the doll with the handbag suddenly turns her head, almost as if she's listening.
Because I don't want to keep her, but I'd like her to go to a good home. I mean, if there's somebody out there that's interested, I don't... Did that thing just move?
We can only hope the doll is looking forward to her new home. Here we have a small boy attempting to convince his mother that he can see a ghost, by the name of Reagan. Apparently, the ghost is in the other room, towards which the boy constantly points.
A ghost?
Yeah, a ghosty.
Reagan is the ghost?
Yeah, Reagan is the ghost.
Eventually, the boy runs off into the room in an attempt to find the friend he was talking
Hear
about.
that ghost?
You hear that ghost?
Yeah.
Imaginary friend? Or a real spirit? Who knows? The Leopard Inn, Stoke-on-Trent, was opened in the 1700s as a coaching house and comes complete with many tales of secret tunnels, witchcraft and even murder. This footage, taken by the spirit searchers, wasn't even noticed until several days later. A glowing orb bounces around the corridor, only to reappear moments later as an eerie mist. Investigator Roy Woolridge said, "We were really shocked by the footage and don't have an explanation for it. Although this wasn't the only unusual experience. Every time I left the second floor, I closed the door, but whenever we returned, it was fully open again." Previous visitors have claimed to have had bricks thrown at them and seen doors open and close by themselves, and reportedly a witch named Molly Lee is known to haunt the tunnels there. Reddit user Vanilla Bear 23499 is used to hearing strange noises in her parents' home and admits that the cellar makes her especially nervous. On this occasion, Vanilla Bear's dog begins to act in an unusual manner, and that's when she sees the doorknob to the cellar rattling vigorously, as if someone was determined to open it from the inside. She calms her nerves and quickly opens the door to find nothing there. Could this be poltergeist activity? Or maybe it's just a persistent draft coming from below. Long after the school day is over, the lights in several classrooms begin to exhibit unusual behaviour. Being filmed by students from several meters away, it's plain to see that the rooms are totally empty. As they head across for a closer look, all the doors mysteriously open by themselves, and chairs begin to be thrown outside. They crash into the balcony wall and even smash into the ground below. The students then run away in terror, having learned a valuable lesson. It's better to avoid haunted schools at night. For some reason, poltergeists seem to have an affinity for kitchens, and this home in England is no exception.
Well, it's happened again. I've just come in the kitchen to make myself a cup of tea, and all my cupboards.
The guy goes to make a hot drink, and when he returns moments later, things are a little disturbed.
All opened. It's real strange because it wasn't like this about 5 minutes ago when I came in to put the kettle on. Just close them all. What? No way. Oh, it's a laugh. How the hell?
Genuine poltergeist activity? Or just clever editing?
There's only a slight noise. I don't know if you picked it up on the camera.
Exercise is supposed to be good for your health. It tones your body and stimulates the heart. However, at this particular gym, the lady who was doing pull-ups may have gotten slightly overstimulated. One of the equipment handles to her left begins to lift itself upwards, seemingly of its own accord. The surprised shout of her partner prompts her to let go, and she runs off camera. This fairly high-resolution video offers no evidence of threads or any other form of trick. So what are we looking at here? Let me know your thoughts below. Ghost Hunters Paranormal Nightmares captured some creepy footage while live streaming from an empty laundry room. A large plank of wood is sent crashing to the floor, followed by a creepy voice whispering, "Pardon?" Someone or something then topples the camera onto its side. Evidence of the paranormal is a little sparse in this footage, but what do you think? The G-Team paranormal investigators have teamed up with Heather's Hauntings to take a look at a whole collection of haunted dolls, one of which I have shown before. They filmed the investigation while one of the team uses a spirit box in an attempt to communicate with the dolls.
I really don't know what to make of these dolls. I know that they all are haunted dolls. I'm pretty much 100% sure now that they are all haunted for sure. I mean, we already know that the big one is because we've seen her move in my office.
A short while later, something surprising is caught on camera. The large doll begins to move.
I'm not taking her with me when I move, so if any of you are interested in that doll, please let me know. Because I don't want to keep her, but I'd like her to go to a good home.
And from there, it gets worse. When one of the team suggests getting rid of the doll, it becomes far more active.
Oh my God, are you kidding me? I'd like her to go to a good home. I mean, if there's somebody out there that's interested. I don't.
Her pretty face just moved towards you.
Oh my God, Heather.
Like that legitly just moved.
Oh my God. Clay, did you see that?
When you said you're not taking her with you, what
my
the that?
I don't know, I just
I
heard
just heard
that.
a girl's voice.
Are you serious? That wasn't one of you?
No.
Oh my God, she really just f***ing moved? Oh, hell no. Oh my God. Heather, I got the cold chills from the top of my head to my freaking toe. Oh my God.
This clip begins in a deserted car park after nightfall, when a glow can be seen hovering above a streetlight. As the glowing object comes into frame, we can see it's an eerie mist which descends to the streetlight before pausing for a few moments, whereupon it lowers itself to the ground and begins to undulate, forming different shapes as it does so. Many viewers have commented that it's just a strange mist that's being illuminated by the streetlight, although that wouldn't explain what we see later in the clip, when the mist seems to almost dance across the car park to the right of the screen.